So here we are again, moments before a run. It doesn't get any easier. Again, I've got loads of systems to sort out. Draghi, cameras, modes, traction control. It's wild. I'm forgetting half of them, but we're getting down the strip. So here we go. Had a couple of good runs. Need to back them up. Need a good team to get a good result. There goes Luke. Gave me a little wave. Don't know what that means. Bad or good. Oh hey!
Now the number one thing I always see in the comments is, even if someone has no intention of doing this themselves, Alex, is always, how much does it cost? So a lot of cars we see on the dyno, they make good numbers, but they don't really come in what I call the real world dyno at the track here. But today, the Audi's done everything we wanted it to do. But let's rewind. You've actually taken this to the track before today, haven't you?
So this is its second official outing.
Yeah.
So the first one was the Heathcote Euro Day this year, 2023. It gave us the opportunity just to come out and pitch it and shake it down, really. We didn't know how fast it would be. We hoped it would be a convincing 10, and it was extremely low 10. And we thought, well, it's so close to just nipping into the 9s. It proves, you know, what you can do with a standard engine, gearbox, and the V5 Turbo Technics Turbo. And you know, there are a couple of stock world record cars out there. Not all of them have number plates on them.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing. But also, it's just a bit of an experiment to show our customers, you know, you can start with something, follow the formula, and you know, get a result.
So this is really, it's easy. It'd be pretty easy to replicate this, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this was probably the second cheapest one on car sales. It's a bit rough on the exterior. Just did the basic servicing and maintenance on it, and then just threw our catalogue at it. So biggest benefit with the TT is not only that it's the lightest once you do some basic bits to it, so it's got the seats out and a lightweight battery, but that's pretty much it.
Well, you know, to be honest, you have taken some of the interior out. You've got lighter weight wheels on it.
Yep.
But you've actually changed the brakes, haven't you?
Yeah, so it came with some really puny brakes. So this is actually a GTI based car, not a Golf R based car. So the motor is a bit softer. You've got to be a bit more careful. But it didn't really come with decent brakes on it or whatever, and if I'm heading down the end of the quarter mile, I want to be able to stop. So I up-spec'd to Golf R rotors, and then I just found some light Alcon calipers, which are aluminium, so they're much lighter than the standard Golf R caliper, and they kind of work. They squeal like pigs, but you know, they
work.
They work. And the biggest thing I wanted to do was actually fit 17-inch wheels to it, so that was part of it.
Yeah. So what does it weigh as it sits here with you in it? Do you know?
So a standard car should be about 1450, and we've got a few hundred kilos out of that.
Yeah.
So it varies obviously on the day, and you know, how much fuel we've got, and if I've had a haircut, and if I've had a big lunch. But yeah, look, we just wanted to get it in a ballpark.
Yeah.
I think any more than that, it's not street car anymore. So the point of this, yes, we can come down here, yes, we can, you know, nip some numbers out of it, but we can just put the seats back in.
But
and
you did
drive
drive
it.
You did drive this here today.
Drive it here, drive it
and
home.
you'll be obviously driving it home
Yeah.
because it's survived the day. But first pass off. I was nearly going to say off the trailer, Alex. I'm so used to saying
There's no
that.
trailer here.
No trailer here. But first pass today, you ran the same time as what you ran.
Yeah. So our best last time, I think we started at like a 10.2. And then we nibbled down to, I think we got a 10.07. It's so close to just nipping that 9, and we thought, well, we've only got some simple changes here that we need to make. I still had the standard exhaust on at that time, so there's a bit of extra weight there, and probably choking at the top end. We've got a Syvex all-wheel drive controller, which just, you know, changes the smarts of how it shuffles the power around, and then we're just fiddling with suspension geometry, alignment, and heights, just looking at squat and things like that. But I mean, today has been an interesting mixed bag for us, because on the way down here we're having a bit of an issue with an update that we did, that we sorted on the way, so we were literally pulling into, you know, the hard shoulder and flashing files and stuff. And not how I wanted to do it, but I mean, we were just trying to rush here and get some early runs in because the temps have gone.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's probably not. Look, it's December. It's summer in Melbourne. I mean,
yeah,
Victoria. It is what it is.
It's windy. It's hot. There's flies everywhere, and we knew we'd just get a small window, and that window's gone. And then from there we switched over to a spicier map, looked at the launch RPM, tweaked the suspension a bit, and it did it. And then we thought, well, if we can back it up, it makes it a bit more convincing. And we backed it up on the following run. Might be it for today, who knows? Or it might be another 9. Oh hey! 9.977. Back to back, baby. Look, we knew there weren't many opportunities before Christmas to get this done. Ideally, we'd have, you know, a nighttime session and it's been warm in the day and it's cooling down, but the track temp's still there. But we've kind of had the opposite. So, yeah, I can't ask for better than that, but really it was only ever meant to just get a 9.
Yeah, because you were saying you're sort of on the edge of the fuel system here, aren't you?
So we're using Galano Engineering software. It's been amazing help with us, and we've helped develop this car over time. Loads of really good advice back and forth. But yeah, we wanted to start with like the basic fuel kit, the basic Stage 3 turbo upgrade that we sell through Turbo Technics, and just kind of prove it all. And it's proved itself. So I think from here, yeah, okay, you're at the limit of the fuel system, beef up the pump.
Are you on the same power today as what we saw on the dyno?
Yes. The exhaust has helped just with flow a little bit, so things kind of move around the graph, but essentially we're on the limit for this engine.
Yeah. So from here, where do you go to now? Because you sort of want to keep tinkering with this car, don't you?
We do. I think it's a journey, not a destination. I don't see the car ever doing an 8, for example. It's not really designed to do that. It's meant to be a road car that does things. Yeah, we've got the option of retrofitting the V6 prototype from Turbo Technics. There's like one in this part of the world and we've got it back on us now. So we could try that. I am worried about stock motors, so we will build. And then from there, it's just a case of like, you know, where can we get it to on that brand of turbocharger? So yeah, look, there might be a mid-9 on the cards, but we're in the bracket now, so we're pretty happy about it.
You probably prefer the corners, the tracks, don't you? So long term, you'd like to do a bit of that?
I do like to do other things and go in straight lines. The plan is to get it as fast as it can in a straight line and then think about the corners. So it's got Öhlins suspension on it, so it's got some good damping, but there's a host of other things that you can do in terms of, you know, tweaking the geometry, getting it to sit a little bit flatter, corner a little bit better, and I'd eventually like to turn this into a multi-purpose track car, like a winter track car, I guess. It's all-wheel drive and all the rest of it. So
now, the number one thing I always see in the comments is, even if someone has no intention of doing this themselves, Alex, is always, how much does it cost? If you're in this industry, you've got a fair idea, but what's a rough ballpark it would cost to replicate this?
So I picked the car up for about 30. By the time you've done stamp and...
We're talking Aussie dollars here.
Yeah, 30,000 Australian. By the time you've messed around with stamp duty and registration and roadie and all that stuff, which we took responsibility for, let's call it 35 for the car. And then we probably threw 15 to 17,000 in mods at it.
Yeah.
So the turbo alone is like 5.5.
Yeah.
And then fuel system, tuning, obviously suspension, a few other bits and bobs. So look, anyone can do it. That's cheaper than a new sticker price of the car.
What would you pay for the same car except with the 5-cylinder in it?
They've come down a bit, but you're looking at 80 to 100
Yeah, wow.
for a half decent
Yeah.
one. And look, the 5-cylinder, it will do what we're doing now all day long, but I mean, it's 5-cylinder money, right? So
Yeah.
the biggest draw for us was that the 4-cylinders are abundant. It's what we know. It's repeatable. We've done it on the stock engine. They're cheaper to build. More people have them. So in terms of customer spread and coverage, we're covering more people with these kind of solutions. So we did what we wanted to do. There's more to come, and we just had fun doing it. And you know, we've had the support of some of the crew from Underground have come to join us. So we bundled in Glenn's wagon the wheels and some jacks, and we, you know, both of us have been spannering on the car just to get it ready. But it's simple stuff, right?
Tell us a bit about the S. That's an S7, isn't it?
So
that's raced
that's-
today. The thing's very consistent.
Yeah, Jack's S7. So obviously it's 4-litre twin turbo V8, standard engine, gearbox. That's a car that came to us for what they call a DS1 upgrade. So it's got the module that plugs in that allows it to have flex fuel, map switching, and I think that car's making nigh on 500 kilowatts at the wheels. But Jack enjoys that thing. He's always down here, he's always down Calder. He's definitely maximised his value out of it. But the thing's, you know, full weight. It's got 22-inch wheels, and you know, he drives it to the track and drives it home, and it does 10.5s to 10.7s all day long. And he's a really great guy.
He was telling me before, he reckons he's done over 200 launches in it.
I was going to say if he breaks it, you know, he's got to fix it, but it'll probably end up on our doorstep. So it's good for him, and it's good to see customers out here doing the thing with their machines, and we'd like more people to do it if they can. We'll support them, and you know, we've proven it can be done. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the plane.